saw right there. Where? Just go back. Okay.
Joey already told me.
To help me?
Yeah.
I'm just glad the heel didn't break.
I brought the charger.
Wait, no, wait, what? Okay, 3, 2. I messed up. Wait, yeah. 3, 2. Done. Wait, no, I'm not ready. You can't start the kids first and second. You started before me. Done. Wait, I messed up that time. 3, 2. Okay, now let's. You started earlier. No, you can't do that. You only have to do that. Wait, do 2 now. You said it for me, you said it for me, you said it Wait, what? How do you I saw this. You like you do that? Wait, that's right. Okay, ready? I'm gonna do a smoothie. Ready?
Good evening and welcome to the 59th Annual Commencement Ceremonies for Wabash Valley College, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. Please stand and remain standing and remove your caps for our invocation. My IECC Board of Trustees member, Mr. Al Henniger. Mr. Henniger is serving his second term on the Illinois Eastern Community Colleges Board since 2015. Over the course of his successful business career, Mr. Henniger was associated with Champion Laboratories in Albion, Illinois for 30 years and 5 years with Wabash General Hospital in Mount Carmel, Illinois. Mr. Henniger continues to serve the people of southeastern Illinois in his retirement. Mr. Henniger.
Father God, we thank you for the celebration that we all share. We praise you for helping us survive a year of challenges and uncertainty. We've survived COVID, we've survived wearing masks, we've survived sanitizing our hands time after time, day after day. We've survived the complications of changing schedules, altered routines, and even virtual classes. And we thank you for that. Now it's time we celebrate the outstanding talents and abilities these students have shown us during these difficult times. We celebrate their hard work and their resilience. We're here tonight to recognize their achievements. God, we ask for your continued blessing on these soon-to-be graduates as they go out from here this evening. May they leave here tonight striving to use their education, their individual talents, and their unique abilities to better their own lives as well as the lives of others. Pray this in Jesus' name.
Thank you, Mr. Henniger. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. We're here tonight to celebrate with these graduates the attainment of an important milestone in their educational careers, and we want to thank all of you for your attendance. We're doing things a little bit differently tonight. A lot of things are recorded. We're not as live as they have been in the past, and so we appreciate your attendance, but also recognize there's some that weren't able to attend here tonight as well. But without further ado, I'd like to recognize some of our distinguished guests. Please stand as I recognize you. Al Henniger, an IECC Board of Trustee member, will be conferring the degrees and certificates. Mr. Henniger. Dr. John Day, former professor at Wabash Valley College, will be giving the charge of the class. Dr. Day. Robert Kahn, Dean of Instruction, will be presenting the academic honors and scholarships. Mr. Kahn. Bryce Klingler, Student Senate Board member, will be giving student response. Mr. Klingler. Kyle Peach, Radio TV Broadcasting Lead Instructor, will be announcing the names of the graduates. Mr. Peach. The freshman student marshals in the white gowns this evening are Brett Zachary Carwile of Mount Carmel, Illinois, and Brandon Andrew Beard of Douglas, Illinois. want to recognize in their absence the members of the WVC faculty and staff for their hard work this year. Many institutions were not in session, were not face-to-face this year, but they persevered through many challenges in making sure that we had classes. We had classes on a daily basis here. And so I want to recognize them. They are not here, so many of you could be here and meet our requirements for the number of people that we were allowed to have in this facility. So they would normally be sitting in those black chairs behind our graduates, and I want to recognize them with a round of applause. Dean Kahn had the opportunity to recognize our Faculty of the Year last week. Please see the video of these awards. It was taken in an effort to increase the number of family members or graduates that we could invite.
Each year, the Student Senate recognizes 2 outstanding full-time faculty members, one in transfer studies and one in career and technical studies, and one in outstanding adjunct faculty member. Assistant Professor Dr. Todd Gill was selected as the transfer instructor of the year. Dr. Gill holds an Associate of Science degree from Lincoln Trail College, a Bachelor of Science degree from Logan College of Chiropractic, a Master of Science degree from the University of Nebraska at Kearney, a Doctor of Chiropractic degree from Logan College of Chiropractic, and is a certified chiropractic sports physician with the American Chiropractic Board of Sports Physicians. Dr. Gill teaches, among many courses, human anatomy and physiology, human cadaver anatomy, and microbiology. He is also the faculty advisor for the Health Professionals Club. Congratulations.
The Outstanding Transfer Student Scholarship is awarded each year to a continuing Wabash Valley College student pursuing an Associate's in Arts or an Associate in Science and Arts degree who will be returning the following academic year as a sophomore. Criteria for the scholarship include academic performance, honors, and awards received at Wabash Valley College, and the candidate's participation in both campus and community activities and organizations. The scholarship committee received several applicants nearly equally qualified in merit, service, and activity outside of the classroom. After careful consideration, we unanimously agreed that one student stood out above all the others. We are very pleased to award this year's scholarship to Mr. Brett Carlisle.
Associate Professor Mr. Dave Wilkman was selected as the Outstanding Career and Technical Instructor of the Year. Mr. Wilderman holds an Associate in Applied Science and Marketing Business Management from WVC, Bachelor of Science in Human Resource Management from Oakland City University, and a Master of Business Administration from Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville. Mr. Wilderman is the lead instructor of the Marketing Business Management program and sponsor of the Marketing Business Management Club. He also serves as the instructor of the Real Estate Certificate program. Congratulations, Mr. Wilderman.
Thank you to all the students at Wabash. The Outstanding Career and Technical Education Student Scholarship is awarded each year to a current WVC freshman pursuing an Associate in Applied Science degree. This student will be returning this following academic year as a sophomore. Criteria for the scholarship includes academic performance, honors, and awards received at WVC, and the candidate's participation in both campus and community organizations. After consideration, we agreed this year's scholarship would go to Branton Andrew Beard. Branton is enrolled in sports broadcasting television program at Wabash Valley College and is majoring in sports, marketing, and media. He's got several interests, including broadcasting soccer, basketball, baseball, football games, sports talk show, sports, and other honorable activities. So I would like to present Branton Andrew Beard.
Trapp was selected as the Adjunct Instructor of the Year. Mrs. Trapp has been an Adjunct Instructor at Wabash Valley College since 2020. She holds an Associate in Science degree from Wabash Valley College, a Bachelor of Social Work degree, and a Master of Social Work degree from the University of Southern Indiana. Mrs. Trapp teaches human behavior and social services courses, along with psychology and sociology courses. Congratulations.
Before we move on, I would like to ask Mr. Carwile and Mr. Beard to stand and be recognized during the audience. I would now like to ask Dean of Instruction Robert Kahn to come to the podium and recognize some of the honors for the people that are sitting here before us tonight.
Thank you, President Fowler. It is certainly my pleasure to recognize and honor many of those seated before us this evening. Phi Theta Kappa is the National Honor Society for American Community Colleges. Its purposes are the promotion of scholarship, the development of leadership and service, and the cultivation of fellowship among community college students. To be eligible, a student must maintain a 3.5 or better grade point average. The All-Illinois Academic Team honors outstanding community college students who are Phi Theta Kappa members and who have a minimum 3.5 grade point average. The 2021 academic team is comprised of 90 students attending 48 public community colleges and 6 private two-year colleges in the state. One student from Wabash Valley College has been selected for the Phi Theta Kappa 2021 All-American Academic Team and is wearing a medallion for this honor. This year's recipient is, and would you please stand as I call your name, Lucas Kurt Bunting. Each year, Phi Theta Kappa awards cash scholarships to the top students who compete by filling an application and writing an essay. This year's recipient, and would you please remain standing as I call your name, Lucas Kurt Bunting. The graduates who have been initiated into the Wabash Valley College Rho Psi chapter of the Phi Theta Kappa are wearing a gold stole. I ask that all Phi Theta Kappa members please stand. Thank you. The National Technical Honor Society is a national honor society to recognize outstanding students studying in workforce education. Its purposes are the promotion of scholarship, the development of leadership and workplace skills, and the recognition of scholarship. To be eligible, a student must maintain a 3.5 grade point average. The students who have been initiated into the Wabash Valley College chapter of the National Technical Honor Society are wearing a purple honor ribbon and medallion. I ask that all National Technical Honor Society members please stand. Thank you. The National Association for Associate Degree Nursing, in order to promote scholarship and academic excellence in the profession of nursing, has established the Alpha Delta Nu Nursing Honor Society in order to recognize the academic excellence of students in the study of nursing. The graduates who have been initiated into the Alpha Delta Nu chapter are wearing a Salmon cord. To be considered for membership, students must achieve at least a 3.0 overall GPA after completion of the first 2 semesters and they cannot receive less than a B in any core nursing course. The students must also have a demonstrated conduct on campus and the clinical areas that reflect integrity and professionalism. I ask that all Alpha Delta Nu members please stand. Thank you. The graduates that have been participants in the TRIO Support Services program are wearing a red, white, and black honor cord tonight. I ask that any graduates wearing a red, black, and white honor cord please stand and be recognized. Thank you. The graduates who have served our nation in the armed services are wearing red, white, and blue honor cord tonight. I ask that any graduate wearing a red, white, and blue honor cord and all veterans in the audience please stand and be recognized. Thank you. We are proud of the many generations of alumni who make Wabash Valley College education part of their family tradition. I ask that all Wabash Valley College alumni in the audience please stand and be recognized. In your programs, you have noticed the asterisks besides the names of some of the graduates. The gold tassel is worn by those students who have maintained through last fall a grade point average of 3.5 to 4.0. The single asterisk is for those students who maintained a grade point average of 3.5 to 3.89. Those with a single asterisk by your name, please stand. The double asterisk is for those students who maintained a grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0. Those with a double asterisk, please stand. Thank you. Wabash Valley College, at its core, is composed of great faculty and staff. I have the honor to celebrate the retirements of two of our colleagues this week.
Scott McGowan has served as broadcast specialist at Wabash Valley College since 2014 and has been a sports broadcaster serving the Mount Carmel community for over 40 years. Scott has taught a variety of broadcasting classes during his tenure at Wabash Valley College and is a member of the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. All of us at Wabash Valley College thank Scott for his 9 years of service at Wabash Valley College and his service to our community. College 32 years ago with Introduction to Retail. He has served as a lead instructor for marketing business management since 1994. He has served as sponsor of the Marketing Business Management Club and the instructor of the Real Estate Certificate Program. It is my pleasure to recognize Dave Wilderman for his outstanding achievement at Wabash Valley College and our best to you in your retirement.
Administration, staff, faculty, and all the students that I've met over the years, the connections, the opportunities, and the actual learning I was able to do. Thank you.
At this time, a few scholarships were presented by the WVC Foundation. The Wabash Valley College Foundation is a group of individuals that have given of their time, talent, and treasure for the benefit of all of us here tonight. We're grateful for their support, and normally they would be here on stage to present these honors. The chair of the scholarship committee would be here, and the president would present these awards. We have moved these to video again tonight, and our first foundation scholarship is new this year and will be presented by Rhonda Hogeiger, lead instructor of the Social Services Specialist Program on campus, and will be followed by Wabash Valley College Foundation President Glenn Decker.
The Day Family Scholarship in honor of Chris Day, Anna Burns Day, and Will Day is intended to support and encourage students who seek to devote their lives in service to their fellow humans. This $1,000 scholarship seeks to support the development of high-quality professionals who can make a real impact on helping alleviating suffering, promote justice, and improve conditions for all citizens in the community. Makaira is currently in the social service program. She is also in the social service club and is a member of the Wabash Valley College basketball team. Upon completion of this associate's degree, Makaira plans to attend the University of North Carolina. She is pursuing a master's degree in psychology. It is my privilege and honor to present this scholarship to Makaira Nicole Webster.
President of the Wabash Valley College Foundation, and I have the privilege of presenting the Alma Bell Hill Scholarship. The Alma Bell Hill Scholarship, established in 1989, was made possible through a generous contribution to the foundation by the estate of Alma Bell Hill. Ms. Hill was a dedicated educator for many years in the public school system and was a loyal supporter of Wabash Valley College and its academic, cultural, and community activities. It is with much pleasure that I announce Chelsea Oakes as this year's winner. Chelsea from Olney will be transferring to Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, majoring in agribusiness economics and minoring in animal science. Chelsea, congratulations. Junior Scholarship. The Walter F. Holland Junior Scholarship is a one-year grant in the amount of $1,000. The scholarship has been made possible through generous donation from the late Ruth B. Holland, wife of the late Walter F. Holland Jr. It was the intent of Mrs. Holland to encourage continuing education through academic achievement in the areas of accounting, business, foreign language, science, engineering, or related areas of study, such as math, computer science, pre-med, or teaching in the above-mentioned areas. The scholarship is in memory of Walter F. Holland Jr., a longtime educator in the field of business and foreign language at Wabash Valley College. I proudly announce that the winner of this year's Walter F. Holland Jr. Scholarship is Olivia Hallam. Olivia from Albion will be transferring from the University of Southern Indiana to major in biology. Olivia? The Robert and Norma Bethard Scholarship in honor of Robert and Norma Bethards, who have supported Wabash Valley College for over 30 years, is made possible through the generosity of their daughter, Ann Burgess, to encourage study in engineering or business. This award helps provide assistance with tuition costs for the fall and spring semesters at WVC. Total value of the award is $2,000. I am pleased to announce Veda Medler as this year's recipient. Veda will return to WVC in the fall. She is pursuing an Associate of Science and Arts at WVC and plans to transfer to the University of Southern Indiana after WVC. The James T. Watson Engineering and Science Scholarship, established in 1999, is a two-year grant of $2,000, $1,000 each year, contributed by Mrs. James T. Watson in memory of her late husband, James T. Watson, to the WVC Foundation. It is the intent of Mrs. Watson to encourage continued college academic achievement in engineering, science, pre-med, or or related area of study. It is with great deal of pleasure that I announce this year's recipient, Lucas Bunny. Lucas from Mount Carmel will be transferring to Vincennes University to major in information technology. Lucas. Charles S. Tate Scholarship. In memory of Charles S. Tate, a longtime supporter of Wabash Valley College, who served as a director for many years and a past president of WVC Foundation, is made possible through the generous donation from his wife, Dana M. Tate. This one-year grant in the amount of $2,000 will cover any education expenses for an individual pursuing a degree in elementary education. It gives me great pleasure to announce Mercedes Wagner as this year's recipient. Mercedes will be transferring to the University of Southern Indiana to major in early childhood education. Mercedes?
If you received a foundation scholarship this evening, please stand. Dr. John L. Day retired from Wabash Valley College in 2019 as professor of the Social Services Specialist Program after teaching for 20 years. During his tenure, he was recognized as the Instructor of the Year in 2001, 2004, 2007, 2015, and 2018. Dr. Day served as a faculty advisor for the WVC Student Senate and a peer counselor for 7 years. Dr. Day holds a Bachelor of Arts in Social Work from Ohio Northern University, where he graduated with high honors and was a member of Phi Beta Kappa. He holds a Master's of Social Work from West Virginia University and a Doctor of Education and Leadership from Oklahoma City University. John is married and lives with his wife Chris in Vincennes. They have 2 children, Anna Burns Day and Will Day. They have 6 grandchildren. Dr. Day will be giving the charge to the class. Dr. Day, would you please come forward?
Thank you, Dr. Fowler, Dean Kahn, Mr. Henniger, member of the Board of Trustees, family, and friends. Before I get started, I want to say how nice it is to be back on campus. It has been a while. In preparation for my address, I read a number of commencement speeches online. I watched several on YouTube. And I thought about the 22 speeches that I sat through right here or in my college graduation experience. And I've concluded 2 things. First of all, most people don't remember very much from their college commencement speeches. And second, I have concluded that commencement speeches seem to have been invented largely on the belief that outgoing college students shouldn't be allowed to enter the world until you've been properly sedated. So my job, I guess, is to sedate you a little bit. I hope I don't do that job too well. One of the speeches I read, this guy had a particularly keen insight. He said, a graduation ceremony is an event where the commencement speaker tells a group of students, all of whom are dressed in identical caps and gowns, that individuality is your key to success. Now, I'm not quite sure what your key of success will be, but I can tell you from personal experience that you will never have more energy, more enthusiasm, more brain cells, or more hair than you have today. I've chosen the work of 2 individuals as sources for my speech tonight, Bertrand Russell and St. Paul. And I'm going to assume that everybody here knows at least the name of St. Paul, so let me tell you just a little bit about Bertrand Russell. he was one of those world-class geniuses. One of these people who, whatever he turned his attention to, he excelled at. Math, science, philosophy. He even won a Nobel Prize in literature. A number of years ago, I read his autobiography, and there's a passage in the prologue that I have read more than 100 times, and it's one of those things that every time I read it, it sends chills up and down my spine. It begins thus: 3 passions, simple but overwhelmingly strong, have governed my life. The search for knowledge, an unbearable pity for the suffering of mankind, and the longing for love. These passions, like great winds, have blown me hither and thither over a great ocean of anguish, reaching to the very verge of despair. I'd like to talk first about what Bertrand Russell said about his search for knowledge. He wrote, "With an intense passion, I have sought knowledge. I have sought to understand the hearts of men. I wish to know why the stars shine. I have tried to apprehend the Pythagorean power by which numbers hold sway over the flux. A little of this," he said, "I have achieved, but not much." Now, I taught here at Wabash for 20 years. I still see a few faces out in the audience that I recognize. I'm going to suggest to you guys that what you have primarily learned here are 2 fundamental and powerful truths. First, you have learned how to think. And second, you have learned the awesome power of an education. A power that will benefit you, your children, and your grandchildren. But what they didn't tell you here, the secret is that this is only the beginning. The learning only starts here. Now, there's an eternal truth that makes some people very, very uncomfortable, and that's the truth of change. Octavia Butler said it better than I could ever hope to when she wrote, "All that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change." One of the hard and fast truths in the science of psychology is that when you stop growing and you stop changing, you are in serious trouble. So whether you study diesel technology, agricultural science, business, psychology, social work, engineering, music, art, literature, whatever your passion, the learning, guys, has only just begun. My suggestion to you would be that if you are ever offered the opportunity to continue your learning, to go to a professional seminar, a professional conference, take an online course, whatever that is, I suggest to you, do it. Jump at the chance. There is only one way, in my opinion, to make sense out of change, and that is just plunge right into the middle of it. Dive into the middle of it, join the dance, and find a way to enjoy it. And then continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to change, and when you've done that, continue to grow and learn and change some more. Continuing your education is the ticket to the dance. The second of Bertrand Russell's great passion focuses on suffering. He writes, "Knowledge, as far as possible, has led me upward to the heavens, but it was always pity that brought me back to earth. Echoes of the cries of pain reverberate in my heart. Children in famine, victims tortured by their oppressors, helpless old people, a burden to their families, and the whole world of loneliness, poverty, and pain make a mockery of what human life should be. I have longed to alleviate this evil, but I cannot, and thus I too suffer. The fact of the matter is, guys, life is hard sometimes. Tough times will come. And I can tell you this from personal experience, as I experienced the tragic death of my first wife in a car wreck 2 years after I graduated from college. Even under the best of circumstances, life can be challenging and sometimes downright difficult. But whether life is taking you on a wonderful ride or stepping on your toes, life just has a way of moving you at its own rhythm in the direction of its own unfolding, regardless of your efforts to control it. Life dances. Please find a way to join in the dance. Life dances, and you've got to dance with it. And remember that joy and suffering always dance together. I have come to the conclusion that this is simply the necessary price and the mysterious gift of being alive. We've all experienced a massive disruption in our lives with the COVID pandemic. Almost 600,000 of our fellow Americans, as of this morning, have lost their lives in the last year to this disease. Millions of our fellow human beings worldwide have lost their lives. The echoes of the cries of the pain of their families reverberates in all of our hearts. Now I tell you this not to make you sad, discouraged, or depressed. I tell you this for two simple reasons. First, it's just true. And I'm a firm believer that knowing the truth helps you be prepared. And that is where the good news is. Because there's an answer here. An answer that both science and religion agree on. A way to not just endure the hard times, but to overcome and thrive. And this leads me to Bertrand Russell's third and final great passion, where he writes, I have sought love. First, because it brings an ecstasy so great that I would have sacrificed the rest of my life for just a few hours of this joy. I have sought it next because it relieves loneliness, the terrible loneliness in which one shivering consciousness looks out over the rim of the world into the cold and unfathomable, lifeless abyss. And I have sought it finally because it is in the union of love that I have seen in mystic miniature the vision of heaven that the saints and poets have imagined. Russell writes, this is what I have sought, though it might seem too good for human life, this is what, at last, I have found. The science of psychology began to establish in the 1960s the fact that people who wrap themselves tightly in the warm and loving embrace of family, friends, and community are healthier, not just psychologically healthier, but physically healthier also. They recover faster from illnesses. They have fewer medical complications. They require less medication. They experience less pain after surgery. These studies have been replicated, repeated hundreds of times, and always with the same result. Another example. I came across a study several years ago in preparing for a psychology class. And in this study, these psychologists went all around the country and interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people in their 80s and 90s, the wisdom era of our lives. They asked several questions to these people, but there was one question that stood out heads and tails above the rest. And this question was simply, what would you advise, or what ideas would you offer to the younger people? Every one of the hundreds of people in the wisdom era of their life said, spend more time with your family and friends. Every one of them. Not one single person said, man, I wish I had spent more time on the job. None of them said, I wish I'd spent more time working. None of them said, I wish I had skipped more of my kids' activities and games. None of them said this. There's something important for us to learn from here. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I did not see in any of the commencement speeches I read, none of them that I heard on YouTube, nor any that I heard in person. Your job and your career is not all that important. Climbing the career ladder is not all that important. Now, don't get me wrong. Your job is important. A strong work ethic is important, but it pales in comparison to the importance of your family and your friends. I would suggest that the job be number 3 down the line in priority. I said that science and religion agree. We now turn to St. Paul. In Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, he addresses a number of questions that the church in Corinth had asked him. One of those questions pertained to the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Paul writes, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy. It does not brag and boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor and demean other people. Love is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered, and it keeps no record of wrongs. Love always protects, always trusts, always hopes. Love always perseveres. Love never fails. Paul goes on to write, and of these gifts of the Holy Spirit, 3 remain. But the greatest of these is love. The final idea that I have to offer to you tonight is simply this. Seek for yourself a life lived in love. Seek a way to bestow your love as a gift, giving it freely, willingly, and without expectation. Make your life a masterpiece of love, because it is only in the loving embrace of family and friend that you will find a life worth living. It is my hope, and is yes, my prayer for you, that when you reach those points in your life, as you will, when you pause, you take a breath, you look around, you reevaluate, you take stock, that you can share with Bertrand Russell when he says, this has been my life, and I have found it worth living, and I would gladly live it again if the chance were offered to me. That is a life worth living. And in closing, I would like to say to the family and friends gathered with us tonight to celebrate the achievements of these remarkable young men and women sitting before us, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your love and support. Because to these guys It makes all the difference in the world. Thank you, everybody. Good night and Godspeed.
Thank you, Dr. Day. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Bryce Klingler, who will give the student response. Mr. Klingler is the son of Jason and Stephanie Klingler of Olney, Illinois. He is a graduate of Richland County High School and graduating with honors tonight. Bryce has been a member of Phi Theta Kappa and has served as Student Senate Board member during the 2020-2021 academic year. After WVC, he plans to transfer to the University of Southern Indiana to double major in journalism and radio TV broadcasting. Please welcome Mr. Klingler.
Saying that the past year has been difficult would be an incredible understatement. COVID and so many other events going on in the world today have made everything more challenging. I am sure some of us are excited, some of us were excited when we learned that we wouldn't have to go to school for the rest of the year. However, some really struggle, whether it be with technological capabilities or just the will to keep going. We have all had to adjust to this new world that we live in. We have been forced to be resilient and to persevere. In any normal year, it is a huge accomplishment to be sitting here today as college graduates. And this year especially, it is an amazing achievement to call ourselves the class of 2021. In a way, we all can be considered legends. We all had challenges to overcome. We learned to lean on those who could inspire us and guide us through these difficult times. My personal legends have included Jeff Ryden, Richland County film teacher, and WVC's own Kyle Peach and Scott Allen. These three have been pivotal to my development into the person I am today. Mr. Ryden taught me everything I know going into Wabash about film editing and production techniques. Without him, I would have never gone to WVC to pursue my degree in radio and television. When I got to Wabash Valley College, Kyle Peach and Scott Allen made my experience here something I wouldn't trade for the world. These two have shown me what it is like to actually work in this field. I can imagine attending a different school considering the sheer amount of knowledge I have gained from being in their program. If you don't have a mentor in your life, I highly suggest you find someone respected and trusted in your field. The knowledge you can gain from following the example of this individual is crucial to being successful. You learn valuable skills and can connect with many legendary people. Legendary. Maybe it's an overused term to hype achievements, but think about some of the accomplishments you have made in the past year. They don't have to be anything spectacular. Any minor achievement can lead you to greatness. It's important as we move on to higher education or move into the workforce that we go forth with the same work ethic and determination we have showcased throughout our time at Wabash Valley College. So as we move on, we have a choice to make. Will we choose to succumb to mediocrity or choose to continue to live on as legends? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Klingler. Now we come to the most important part of the ceremony. Would all the candidates for graduation please stand? I thought I was going to be the only one that didn't have the microphone difficulty. Mr. Henniger, would you please come forward? Mr. Henniger, on behalf of the faculty of Wabash Valley College, I present the candidates for graduation and do hereby certify that they are eligible for the degrees and certificates which they are entitled.
By the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of Illinois Eastern Community Colleges, I do hereby confer upon the candidates for graduation the degrees and certificates to which they are entitled, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining.
Thank you, Mr. Henniger. Will all the graduates except the front row please be seated? The candidates, please come forward for graduation.
Emily Leanne Evans. Rebecca Lynn Gurton. Olivia Paige Hallam. Seela Evie Lashbrook. Chloe Isabella Lobemaster. Alondra Marie Martinez. Harmony Jean Wood. Alondra M. Sanchez. Casey May Schweitzer. Catherine Smith. Cheyenne May Summerfield. Kaylee Ann Taller. Alicia Paige Winkles. Associate in Science and Arts, Trevor Ray Arnold. Lucas Kirk Bunting. Olivia Ann Butterworth. Hunter Ray Collard. Jonathan D. Cribbs. Tanner Avery Daniel. Cassidy May Drone. Raylan Marie Duval. Natalia Anani Garfias. Joseph Neil Gill. Trayvon M. Hamilton. Lamaria S. Johnson. Tyler Johnston. Rachel Marie Kitzinger. McKenna Christine Langenhorst. Kylie Nicole Luce. Jack Henry Marvell. Leah Kate Manier. Ashley Nicole Moore. Brianna Melanie Moore. Chelsea Marie Oakes. Darius Isaiah Osborne. Valerie Audine Ramos Alande. Josie Renee Rice. Olivia Lana Schultz. Sabrina Angelina Smith. Paige Marie Stieber. Alyssa Ann Stoneberger. Rachel Elizabeth Thomas. Jasmine Michelle Turner. Caitlin Joe Wagner. Mercedes Lee Wagner. Jawan C. Weatherspoon. Associate in Applied Science, Advanced Manufacturing, Jason William Childers. Associate in Applied Science, Agricultural Technology Business, Jody Lane Bryan. Mackenzie Dawn Daston. Megan Jo Wrench. Mackenzie Lee Wheeler. Associate in Applied Science, Agricultural Technology Production, Jordan Lee Fritchley. Gregory Michael Stoltz. Eric Richard Williams. Associate in Applied Science, Diesel Equipment Technology, Alexander Matthew Hocking. Peyton Kyle Kohlhaus. Austin Michael McCoy. Troy Andrew Stoltz. Cheyenne Renee Pettigrew. Jasa Elizabeth Snyder. Associate in Applied Science, Gunsmithing, Cody Lucas Frankie. Associate in Applied Science, Marketing Business Management, Connor D. Anderson. Associate in Applied Science, Nursing, Carly Eileen Eliza Ashford. Kendra D. Blair. Michaela Rose Burns. Olivia Paige Eckel. Tylee Montana Greathouse. Morgan Danielle Henson. Madison Carol Horton. Sydney Beth Cole. Jasmine Marie Kyle. Jocelyn Ann Lentz. Matthew Tyler McClellan. Morgan Elise McDowell. Alejandra Ravelette. Haley Ann Rhodes. Angelina Jennifer Marie Totten. Associate in Applied Science, Radio Television Broadcasting, Jacob Leroy Bull. Bryce Augustus Klingler. Drew Isaac Houghton. Associate in Applied Science, Social Services Specialist, Carly Yvonne Ellis. Vicky Valencia. Associate in Applied Science, Sports Marketing and Media, Ian Alexander Klingler. Certificate in Gunsmithing, Kyle Collins. Keith Wayne Oliveris. Marcus Tyler Stennett. Curtis Washington Jr.
Congratulations, class of 2021. Would everyone please stand for the recessional?